Welcome back to the Natty 19 podcast.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Strong start.
Very good. All right, one more time. Here we go. Welcome back to the Natty 19 podcast for episode number 54. Oh, yeah. Did I take Swain's?
Yeah.
That's the Kool-Aid Man thing. What's with the Kool-Aid Man thing?
You planted it in my head subconsciously, you bastard.
Feels good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We need to give a big shout out to one of our Patreon supporters, a new member, Kristen Rhodes. Woo-hoo! It's like we're on the same frequency,
you guys
man.
are on the level.
That's disturbing a little.
Big shout out to Kristen Rhodes. Thanks for your support, your continuing support, and yeah, we appreciate it. Everything you do.
Yeah, she's been supporting us for a little while now. She's overdue for a shout out. No?
Yep.
No.
I was waiting for like a confirmation. Like, yeah, she's been around since, I don't know. Anyway, we are back twice again.
All the times again.
All of those times.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed right now. I don't know why.
Try putting some clothes on.
That's what it is. I have no pants on. Damn it. It's like that dream.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed episode 53, last week's episode. We definitely went off the rails for a little bit. We went outside of the realm of the norm, I think. But I had a good time. I was listening back to it. We all had a blast. It was fun. And we hope to have spread that nostalgia to our listeners at home. You guys. Now, before we get into this, because we've got a little bit of a combat coming, just a little one, I just wanted to take the opportunity on air to open my Christmas present.
Oh, I see it. It says ho, ho, ho on the wrapping paper.
Yeah.
That's right. So we do a Secret Santa.
It's a box of hose.
You got a box of hose?
And it just so happened that
How am I going to compete with that?
Can't.
It just so happened this year, our very own Wesson picked my name. So this is from Wesson to me.
It's supposed to be a secret, damn it.
I think he's just
Here
getting
we
the
go.
GM.
Is it a
gifts
steak?
for
It sounds like a
people.
bubble wrap
Little
steak.
bribe.
Very
bribe.
cool, very cool. I've always wanted one of these. It is a...
Hold it up. What is it?
we lost. They lost us. They're like, what is it? It is an
Cryogenic freezer?
HD dashboard camera for my car.
Oh.
Nice.
Now I could share all those meteorites that I see all the time
Russians
on my way to
jumping in
work.
front of you, yeah.
I think. See, I'm against them. Just one more piece of evidence you have to get rid of.
Oh, I'm all about.
Yeah.
Can't keep track as it is.
I'm all about it. Here I'm opening up like I'm about to set it up right now. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
To you indeed. Now,
Of course, this episode's going to air 3 weeks.
3 weeks after Christmas.
It's
Yep.
already 2 weeks after Christmas.
I know, I'm getting my present a little late.
Happy Valentine's Day. A little early, but I didn't forget.
Cue the music.
Am I always blue?
Yeah, you always kind of have a blue aura around you.
That's
Yeah.
my aura is blue.
blue. The good blue, not the bad blue.
Kelsey went and had her aura read. They said it was murky. Cracked me the fuck up. Pick on
kinda
her all
told
the
her
time about it.
I've been telling her that for years. Kelsey, your aura, it's fucking murky. When you going to do something about it?
Your chakras are all fucked up.
K-Way is not impressed.
Because he's got a murky ass aura, too.
Nah, he's got like an autumn sunrise.
It's definitely brown.
I was thinking kind of turquoise. Maybe that's just the lights on his headset.
All right. Now, let's do a little bit. Well, do we have to do a recap, really? Where did we leave off?
We need a recap.
Well, I know the final was missed.
Last week on the Natty 19 podcast.
What's your favorite episode? What's your my favorite episode?
Remember that time?
Let's go find a fucking dinosaur. Maybe I'll give it to Drowfinger instead. Bunch of fucking idiots.
I don't think this is a good idea. Shut up, K-Way. All right. I hope that recap was good enough.
Man, we should do it for Lost.
We should.
All right, what we have here is a little bit of what I like to call a situation. Let me get a map open.
A situation.
Man, Chol or Omu looks a lot more green than I was expecting.
Yep, all grown
Grown
in is this city.
What a beautiful map.
It is a pretty map. I've always been a fan of the grass growing up through stone like that. Looks pretty.
Are these initiatives? Did we roll initiative already? I think we did. I think we rolled initiative when Arame casted a spell.
I have no recollection.
We did, but I thought I was within 60 feet. I thought we were moved up.
Why would we roll initiative then?
So, we've got a combat here. Now, this thing just tore up a Stegosaurus, and it had picked it up, and it was roaming away. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that this was a bad idea. But this thing has to be dealt with at some point. You guys had roamed into... The moment you guys step foot in this northern section of Omu, it increases the chance of the random encounter being this thing. Exponentially.
Did we get a good on-air description of this thing yet?
We did. But let's reiterate. This thing is a giant T-Rex, feathers lining the spine, with a massive rhino horn coming from its snout.
The King of Feathers.
The King of Feathers
All hail.
is upon you. Irame, backed up 120 feet, let a spell fly. Can't remember which one.
Slow.
Slow went out. Seemed to have landed, but in a legendary manner, this thing appears to have resisted it, shook it off. Now, we rolled initiative. Riga moves up down the center. Now, I'm imagining this is happening as Irame was backing up to get her spell off, to line up her shot. Riga, crouching low, great sword in hand, moves up, Monster Hunter style, wedges himself in those bushes. Now, he's just waiting, right? Let me show you guys where he is. He's right here. That's Riga. Now, he's looking at you guys. His back is towards the creature because he's got a row of trees shrouding him between him and the beast. Orvex simultaneously moves up to the north, takes position behind this crumbled wall, crossbow in hand. He's loading it, appears to be holding it up against his forehead, his lips moving as if he's reciting some sort of prayer. Zavril, is this where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I just needed to be within 60 feet.
Okay.
Because I had casted my hunters or slayer's prey to find out what its vulnerabilities and stuff were?
That's right. Yep, you are 60 feet exactly. Copernicus, you're standing currently between Zavril and Quincy. Is that where you want to start the fight?
Yes, with my comrades. And if I remember right, there was no vulnerabilities.
I don't think there was.
I don't believe so.
Checking just in case. No, I'm not seeing any vulnerabilities. Zaves, was there any other things attached to that feat that you used?
It was damage immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities.
Yep, that's right. I remember that. Now, okay. What about you, Quincy? Is that where you wanted to start the fight?
What's my range there?
Looks like 70 feet.
Is the space next to Orvex by the crumbled stone wall, would that put me in a good position there? Would it keep me out of his vision as well? Out of the beast's sight?
That right there, currently, yes.
Okay.
From where the beast is located.
Yeah, I'll head up that way and draw my crossbow as well.
All right, Quincy takes position quietly next to Orvex.
Well, seeing Quincy do that makes me want to run across the opposite way to where is that like an old broken tower?
Yes.
Can Copernicus get to there before the fight starts or no?
Yeah. This is your pre-positioning while Irame is getting into position.
Ooh, can I crawl up in the tower?
Yeah, you could get up in the
all
tower.
in
The
it?
tower.
Oh, it's high?
No, it's only about 10 feet, if that. It's a crumbled tower.
Move me to the edge of the tower wall closest towards the monster. Yeah.
That puts you at 75.
75 feet, and Cappy will hunker down there. So this way we're kind of fanning out. So if this creature approaches us, it'll be coming right down the center at Riga, and then Quincy and Cappy will have flanks on it.
I don't think it would go toward Riga because Riga's got trees.
Riga's hidden.
Right.
It's going to go for me. Wesson.
Yeah, it'll
It's
probably
gonna go
head toward
for
Wesson.
both of us.
Or Irame.
Or Irame, but to get to Irame, it has to go around those trees. So it'll either go closer to the tower or closer to the wall, like while it's going that direction.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is a T-Rex?
20 feet?
Gotta be.
All right.
It's huge. It's a huge creature.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Well, it makes me wonder if we should be taking position on some high ground to get some good shots in.
Well, that's why I'm just thinking about taking flight and how high I'm going to need to be so he can't nip at my fucking heels.
All right.
Fly. Flying's always a good idea.
Round 1. Riga has the highest initiative. But he fancies himself in a good hidden position. So he is waiting, which brings us to Wesson. Wesson's got a 20 on the initiative. Now this thing is it's spun around, having been casted on, and its eyes are darting about, and it spots you. Now Wesson is Avril's about 10 feet behind Wesson.
Yeah, I mean, it would be foolish to run up to it. I can strike it with a longbow, peg it with an arrow. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll launch an arrow.
All right, let's see an attack roll.
10.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sadly. Now you guys see Wesson fire off an arrow, and it deflects off of its tough hide.
Damn.
And it hits Orvex.
White.
You get another shot, though, right?
Yep. Ooh,
There
a
it
little bit of
is.
luck. 19.
Wesson knocks another arrow. Boom! Lets it go. Strikes true.
All right. So 5 damage.
All right, Wesson draws first blood on the beast.
We're really doing this, huh?
Thunk! The arrow strikes true, sticking into it. Lets out a awful roar.
Copernicus lets out a little bit of a laugh.
I
under
think
his
the
breath.
hairs are standing up all over Quincy's arms and the back of his neck.
All right, does that conclude your turn, Wesson of Port Nianzaro?
It does.
Orvex seeing Wesson launch a couple.
Shoot her!
He gets... he creeps out. Takes a 5-foot step, standing in front of Quincy. He's like, now watch this, my boy. He rests his crossbow on the jagged, broken rock before him, aims, kicks 2 off.
I thought that was the die. That was the beer. I was
a serious die.
Yeah, die.
Thunk. Now he fires one off, and it's amazing how fast and how fluid Orvex shoots, reloads, and fires again with the quickness. Both crossbow bolts hit.
Quite impressive, Orvex.
Thunk. So now it's got an arrow, 2 crossbow bolts sticking out of the hides. Gives out a bit of a roar, an angry roar, but that's about it. It's still proceeding. Next up, Zavril.
Dun dun dun. Alright, well, my first 2 turns are going to be kind of quick. So I'm essentially just going to get this thing marked up. I'm still going to stay in the same path I am, or still stay where I am in case this thing decides to move towards Wesson or Irame. But for my first action, I will go ahead and use Slayer's Prey on it.
Okay, Slayer's Prey. Let's hear about what that does.
Just as a bonus action, I designate a creature within 60 feet. First time each turn. When I hit it with the weapon attack, it takes 1d6 damage.
Alright, that is applied to him.
How'd I get so low on the initiative roll?
I know. I think I'm like last.
Okay, wait, can you look something up for me?
What's that?
The distance on Hexblade Curse?
Yep, give me a moment.
Yeah, thank you.
It's still Zavril's turn, I think.
No, that's concludes my turn.
Oh, okay. Now, this thing. You guys had a pretty good opening run. But now, it ends. After having a few pokies sticking out of this thing, it roars at you. Let me see. What do I want to do?
What do I want to do?
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm sure this thing is chock full of fucking.
I imagine it wants to
Alright.
jump into the active volcano.
Alright, the large talons on its hind feet sink into the cracks in the road, splitting the flat stone instantly as it leaps to attack. And while it's doing this, Copernicus, you're watching it, and something very familiar is coalescing around its feet as it pounces. It looks like mist is being drawn up from the ground.
No.
Are you fucking...
No. This is not a fucking teleporting dinosaur.
In a swirling mist, this thing appears between Wesson and Orvex.
That is just
Cappy's
unnecessary.
jaw just fucking drops.
And where it was standing, the mist just disperses into the air, leaving that cracked ground beneath it.
Fucking misty step.
Boom, right between you guys. And now there's going to be a multi-attack happening.
What in the fuck all?
Whose bright idea was this?
It's probably got reach on like more than half of us.
Jesus.
Wesson is getting a bite, while Orvex is getting lashed with a tail.
In fact, only Riga and Cappy are not in its reach, I think.
And
And Airmay.
Yeah, I don't know what its reach is.
I'm assuming it's 10 feet.
Obviously got 10 or 15 feet. There.
Yeah. Oh, its tail.
Those arms. I mean, come on.
I got a big head and little arms.
The arms are a 2-foot reach, while the
At least they gave him a rhino nose to make up for the lack of arms.
the reach is actually dependent on the attack, if you would believe that. And
Makes sense.
actually, wait. Wow, the bite has a 10-foot reach as well. I thought the bite was
What?
5 and the tail was 10, but I guess both are 10. Okay.
The neck.
That's good to know. Thanks, babe.
Now, well, you're seeing it. Well, no. Yeah, you're seeing it. As it
Yeah.
attacks Wesson, you see that it has room. It could go further. All right, Wesson, it lashes at you, or it snaps at you with a toothy maw. And it's going to hit armor class 14.
Ooh, that's a hit. Barely.
Oh,
All right, you guys see
Damn.
this thing just appear, boom, with a massive, baseful boom as it lands, cracking the ground beneath it, biting at Wesson. And it is doing... let me tally these up. I'm going to forego my dice sounds for this fight.
That many dice.
clicks.
This is not a good.
Stay positive, Copernicus.
Remember you.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's going to be... Whoa. Oops.
Wesson looks nervous over there.
I'm sweating.
This ain't no pseudopod.
With the bite, it's going to do 33 slashing damage.
Oh. His face.
His mouth is open.
Wow. Yup. And you're grappled in its maw.
Oh my
it
God.
I'm
latches
stuck in its teeth.
onto you.
You're
It-
like the guy in the porta potty.
while you're grappled, you're restrained,
Like a broken toothpick.
Oh my God.
and simultaneously the tail comes around, boom, right at Orvex.
You know, at this point in time, you're better off just crawling into its fucking mouth.
But Orvex,
Get a man on the inside.
at the sight of this thing appearing and it biting Wesson and the tail whipping around, Orvex can react quickly enough. He just drops to his belly, and the tail damn near grazes Quincy. You feel the wind of it as the tail just whips and shatters a piece of that crumbled wall even further as debris and pebbles and rocks just fly off into the distance. And that concludes its turn.
Jesus.
Brings us to Copernicus.
Dude, immediately Cappy goes to Fairy Fire. That's gotta happen. And, you know, the light of it, it's just like a neon green light reflecting off the color of the skin of this beast. Dexterity check.
Okay, fair enough. Dexterity, here it is.
What's he gotta beat?
Ooh, a 2.
That's a fail. For the record, he would 14 was the DC. So yeah, he just goes up in like a neon green light. Everybody gets advantage on their attack rolls, and then Cappy does a sweet little roll over the side of the edge, lands on the ground here, and rushes towards the beast. What's my maximum movement? What can I get?
So you just took 5 feet. Actually, this is difficult terrain right here.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, this right here, and so the next 10 feet is difficult terrain before you get to smooth ground.
So yeah, as close as I can get.
So you just took 10. That's 20 feet.
10 more.
That's 30 feet.
That's all I get. Oh, that's rough. 40 feet away, I can't do it. I need to get closer.
Got any buffs you could throw up or anything like that? Maybe some prep?
Well, that's what I was going to do, but I need to be closer. I already used my one action with the Fairy Fire.
Weston, how many wounds did you get just now?
32.
32. Should start reflecting these.
So I'm down to 29.
Bonus action, summon the Shadow Blade.
Okay. You summon a Shadow Blade.
Another hit like that can take Wesson out.
Today's a good day to die.
Remind us, to escape the grapple, Wesson would have to make acrobatics or athletics check.
Says it right here. You're going to need, the escape DC is going to be 17 to get out of that, and it's going to be, I believe acrobatics or athletics.
I might be able to toss something your way, help you out when it comes to that.
Pretty good athletics.
Actually, in fact, seeing him in the maw of this beast, can I dash instead of using my bonus action?
No,
Dash
well,
takes an action.
dash
Yeah.
is an action.
Oh, that would be my full action. All right. No, I'll stick with what I did then, and that ends my turn. So, dual wielding, short sword, packed weapon with my shadow blade, just dripping black, misty fucking fog off this blade I've summoned.
You saved me what I was, I didn't know what I was going to do, but the fairy fire just made the decision for me. Nice work, Copernicus.
It is a classic trick up my sleeve. All right. Sorry. So you fey fired it. You rolled off. Did your movement. That you're good.
Yes.
All right, Irame, you're up.
All right. Irame is going to first take flight.
All right.
She's going to go maybe 35 feet up.
Into the danger zone.
Yeah.
Into the sky.
Yep.
Now, does that takes movement, right?
Yeah. Well, it says the target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. Would I just be floating there, and then I'd have to use my movement to move up 35 feet? That's fine.
Yeah, but you get 60 feet of movement, right? So you used 35 to get up. Now you have 30 feet left.
Okay.
25, yeah.
25 feet left.
So I'm not actually 70 feet away. I'm 120 feet, right? That's just the map.
No, you are 70
Oh, it moved
now.
closer. I'm so... Oh, shit. Okay.
Its mere presence pushed Irame back like 40 feet or so.
So, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go up the 35 feet and then move forward whatever's left, 25 feet. I'm quickening that spell, by the way. That's why I can fire another.
All right, so that puts you 45 feet away from the nasty.
And I am going to cast a chromatic orb at it first.
Okay, the classic chromatic orb.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, the Fey Fire.
Good thing one of those is a 1. That is a 16.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire a thunderbolt.
You guys see Irame lift up off the ground, shoot up about 35 feet.
You're reaching up into the sky for the thunder.
Yeah, to toss it right
Yeah,
at him.
she grabs a thunder cloud that's rolling by. She reaches up in it, feels around.
Pulls out a bird,
Yeah.
tosses it aside.
Yeah, and then she pulls out a little orb with a smaller cloud in it, with thunder and shit in there, like a little snow globe, and hurls it. Let's see some damage.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing a couple of these.
Let's turn on some
13
lights.
damage.
13 damage. That is enough to. No, just kidding.
That was a level 1 spell, by the way.
Okay, so we roll on the Wild Surge table. Oh wait, we roll to see if we roll on the Wild Surge.
Do you roll?
No, you.
I feel like you roll even the D20 for, or the D. Yeah.
You're supposed to, but you like John too.
Yeah.
All right. Nope, 17.
All right.
All right, Irame. Good round from Irame. That brings us to the young Quincy Fallow.
My initiative is so low, there's not even a number in the initiative tracker.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
I don't know. But
Oh, I know why. Because when I was setting this up earlier, I deleted you and re-put you in.
You know I have a +4 and Airmaze says 3.
Right? Yeah, you should have went ahead of that.
Oh shit. I'm not
so-
taking any of that back.
Quincy rolled a natty 19 probably last episode.
Yeah, I think he had like a 17 or something too.
So Quincy leaps back after the tail whizzes by him. Like he's frightened. This thing just appeared in front of him, and it's massive size. It's very intimidating. So he kind of flinches, leaps back a little. He sees Wesson clenched in its jaws, and he clears his throat and musters his voice, and he shouts out to Wesson. Wesson! Put your hands against its tooth for leverage. Push and roll back to the left. And he's actually going to infuse those words of advice with bardic inspiration. and that will give Wesson a D8 that he could use for one of his 20-sided die rolls.
I'm just imagining Wesson hearing that with his head inside of a fucking T-Rex.
All
mouth.
muffled, trying to take instructions.
Did he say left or right?
The red wire or the blue
Your
wire?
left or my left? Stage left.
So, and then Quincy's gonna step back only like 5 feet, or would that provoke?
That would provoke.
Oh shit.
Never mind. We'll stay where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would provoke, wouldn't it?
Yeah, seeing that
From
that
the
would
tail.
provoke. Yeah. So then I guess, oh shit, does using a ranged weapon also provoke? No, only movement.
Only movement.
Okay, so the Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action. I'm going to fire with my crossbow. And he has Fairy Fire.
Yep.
So that's at advantage. Natural 20 for a 26.
Ooh,
There we go.
nice.
You're welcome.
Is that a sneak attack?
That is a sneak. Well,
Yeah,
no.
He's
No.
engaged with melee, right?
5 feet.
No, he's not engaged with anyone yet.
He has Wesson
Wesson?
in his mouth.
We got Weston's in his mouth.
Yeah, but that if you read sneak attack, Wesson doesn't count. The
Right.
Yeah, prone characters and shit like that don't count. They need to be up
He's not. He's grappled.
and restrained.
Oh, and restrained.
He's in the fucking mouth of a T-Rex. Let's
Well, he's chewing on it.
Is
I
it
could
within
get a
5
sneak-
feet or within its threat range? Because you're within Zavrel's threat range of 10 feet
No,
with
it's
his whips.
Oh, good question.
I've picked up some
well, look it
some
up.
moves from you,
no.
Quincy.
I think
I'm
it's
looking.
within.
5 feet.
Yeah, I'm sure. I see Zavrel's eyes. I see Kway's eyes going back and forth like he's already on it.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm
so without the sneak attack, I do 6 damage then,
Nice. We're chipping
Actually, I
away.
was thinking.
and I
was
do
like,
feel
if,
like I'm gypped on the initiative. Just
Yeah.
making that an official record, logging a complaint.
Well, roll.
Maybe if we had swapped, we both would have missed.
Roll an initiative. Put yourself for round 2.
Yeah.
All right, 18.
So what? That's total.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have advantage, you get the sneak attack.
Oh,
You have advantage with Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire. So that's another 4 damage.
Nice.
Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit that you have advantage on the attack roll.
So what's the total damage?
10 total.
Yes.
Nice.
You didn't have to move me up there. I was just marveling that I had no initiative number.
You don't need the advantage if you have a buddy within 5 feet.
Right.
That's not restrained or prone, right?
Right. So,
Yeah.
Jay, you were right because everyone else is either restrained or 10 feet away.
Yep.
So, this is what I'm thinking. If Wesson stays inside of its
You should
mouth,
make a-
it can't bite anyone else.
That's right.
I'll just hang out here for a while
Make a note
would
of the
buy us
advantage
one
thing
round.
so we remember it.
till it snaps
if
me in
it does-
half.
If it does go to bite
Which it's
someone
about to
else,
do.
it's gonna go off.
Riga, jump in here.
Speaking of Riga, if that concludes Quincy's turn,
It does.
seeing Wesson in dire straits, you hear a roar only rivaled by the King of Feathers itself come from the direction of Riga as he bursts into a frenzy.
Nice.
We got to hear the roar.
Russian space station, American space station, all made in Taiwan! And he charges in with the great sword. Boom! Attack roll. Couple of them. He comes in just twirling it around like a helicopter propeller. Chews him up.
His wine flask is open, just spilling wine behind him.
Alright, first attack. That's gonna hit. Second attack hits.
Nice.
And that's for +2 damage, I believe, for the rage each.
Must have been the Steel Reserve today, Riga.
Ew.
That is his flavor of choice, I believe. +2 damage and resistance to physical damage. Wow. And he also, as his the second attack isn't a bonus action, is it? That's just dual wielding, right?
Right. If I mean, he should have a second attack.
Yeah. So as his bonus action, he's actually going to upgrade the rage to a frenzy, so he could get. Just want to make sure that doesn't. Is that a bonus action, or is the extra melee attack he gets from the frenzy a bonus action? A lot of rules appearing in this one. Starting, let me see. When you rage, you can choose to go into a frenzy. If you do so, for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee attack weapon as a bonus action each turn.
So
Any drawbacks to being in a
Yeah,
frenzy?
when your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. But he's frenzied, and as his bonus action, he's going to take a third melee attack.
Holy shit sticks.
And he hits, so that's 3 hits with a great sword.
See some damage.
Yurme is flying high looking at this happen and thinking, maybe we have a shot.
Where does Wesson go? You don't go before he chomps?
No, Wesson goes before him.
Okay. Hopefully you can get out of that mouth.
Here we go.
I think I could use the bardic inspiration. Worst comes to worst.
D8, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. First attack is 7 damage. Another 7 damage.
you know, I expected him to do more than that.
It's 2d6 is his base damage.
Oh.
2d6 plus 4. Oh, actually 2d6 plus 6. There we go. Another 11 damage. And lastly, wait, was that 3 attacks already? That was.
7,
Yeah.
11.
That was it. Okay, not bad though.
Damn.
Yeah, this thing is starting to feel it.
25.
So that puts its total wounds up to 101.
We should make a bet on how many we think it has.
And it appears bloodied.
Well, I was going to say 300.
That's
No.
your guess?
No, not anymore. I'd say 200, 250.
What?
Bloodied's
Alright.
halfway, right?
You said it was bloody?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Now that brings us to Wesson. Round
Alright.
2.
All right, Wesson is struggling. He took Quincy's directions the best he could, grabbed a hold of the tooth, and he's just hanging on for dear life in there. And he is going to make an athletics check to get out of this grapple, to get out of the belly of the beast. Here we go.
All right.
Ooh,
Nice.
so 24.
All right, you managed to break free of the toothy maw.
And you still have your
Oh,
inspiration.
man.
And you still have your
Damn.
inspiration.
And you,
Damn.
Excellent.
you drop to the ground right next to your glaive.
Now the breath of the beast is still lingering in the air. He just it's consuming him, and Wesson's angry. Kind of wipes his face. Is that all you've got, you giant monster? Oh boy, lacking the creativity.
Wesson was always a man of words.
Start over.
Um,
Is that all you got, you... fucking...
Giant monster was 5.
drooling. All right, so bust out the glaive of warning, and gonna roll for an attack.
That was the sunlight piercing through the morning haze, reflecting off the glaive's blade.
So 26.
Hit.
All right.
Hit, not quite a crit.
I better get the crit table out just in case.
So just for the record, getting out of that grapple wasn't an action.
I think it took
Yeah, that's what
that
I was
was
gonna mention
actually
that.
that was an action to break free.
It picks an action, but he should have another attack.
No, he doesn't.
Because
He-
No? He
it's
gets
the
2
attacks
attacks.
or 1 action, aren't
No,
they?
that second attack is in tandem with your first attack
Yeah.
action.
Yep.
Action surge.
He could use his bonus attack to hit with the butt end, and use action surge to
So-
gain an action.
So I'm actually gonna use second wind to get some hit points.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
instead of that attack,
Yeah, instead of the attack. I
Retcon
can't because I
that.
can't attack. Right?
you can if you use
Second wind a bonus action or an action?
once per short rep bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could use second wind and keep that attack. And
Second one is specifically to regain hit points, though.
what's the one that gives you the?
Action surge gives
Action
you another
surge.
attack.
I'm gonna go for the hit points.
All right.
if he gets hit again, like he did last time, he doesn't really stand a
Snowball's chance in hell.
no.
There's a lot more
Chance in
targets
hell.
this time.
That's a classic Marshall saying.
I think that was an old EQ term.
So 10. Restore 10 hit points.
All right.
Nope. With bonuses, you got 10?
Yep.
That's it? Oh. I was pining for you.
All right. Brings Weston to 22 wounds.
Might not die when he bites you.
He's got
Pretty good.
40 hit points.
Yeah.
All right. Was that it for Weston? You used what was it? Half your movement speed to get up.
Yep.
Orvex, my man, Akramas, as I like to call him.
Orvex is within. He's feeling nervous. He's actually gonna roll a morale check right now, and he aced it. All right.
I was going to say, stand next to Quincy is just... Quincy spews morale.
He has. I don't think Orvex has gotten.
I ooze it.
I don't think Orvex has been a target of Quincy's morale boosts yet. If anything, it's been demoralizing for him.
Just because he's picked everyone else
Yeah.
but him every time.
No, he aced his morale check. He's going to. He's going to go for. He's going to seize the opportunity for a sneak attack. Once again with the crossbow. Ooh, fumbled right out the gate. Boom. You see him just aim up, focuses, pulls the trigger, and nothing happens. Then a terrified look appears on his face. He looks down, he starts rapping on the crossbow, and we move on to
So
Quincy.
was his morale check before or after he attacked?
Quincy.
Dude, he needs a new fucking bow. The same thing happened in the fight
It's
with
old.
the Cladiers.
It's old. It's been through hell.
Quincy, recovering from his initial fear of this beast, finds his proper place in the initiative order.
Nice.
And he shouts out to the team. He says, Company, to slay this beast would be the king of feathers and the cap of the 3 seas shipping and freight.
Here, here.
And he's going to use that to give a mantle of inspiration. I could choose 3 people. I'm going to choose some martial characters here. Let's go with Riga, with Wesson, and with Zavril. And they're going to get 8 temporary hit points. And they can take a move right now as a reaction without provoking an attack of opportunity.
So that was Zavril, Wesson, and who?
Riga.
I've heard your honey words before.
That's
Piece
a bonus
of shit.
action, so I still get to attack
Don't
with
worry,
my crossbow.
Quincy. I have 29 hit points. I'll be fucking fine.
Yeah, don't worry, Quinn. I'm just outside of range
You're
of
saying
getting
that
to the beast.
fluttering through the air. And he fires his crossbow, 23 to hit.
Well, that's going to hit.
Oh, with advantage. Might get a crit.
Doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't. Okay. That will be 7 points of damage with the sneak attack.
The sneak attack. All right. Not bad. Quincy, you see your crossbow bolt strike true, and it sticks right in just above its left shoulder as it's whipping around furiously, now spilling saliva mixed with blood out of its maw.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't tell if it's his blood or Wesson's blood pouring onto the cracked cobblestone.
Irme might even take a tooth off this thing.
Quincy's like, you taught me well, Orvex.
All right. Does
See what
that,
happens when you have a crossbow that works.
does that conclude the turn of the young Quincy?
Yes, it does.
Brings us to Zavril, Dawn Tracker. Thoughts of your homestead fill your mind. You can hear your son's voice. Papa, Papa. Papa, Papa.
It's just a jungle bird. Snap back to it.
Must you leave? Must you leave again, Papa?
Oh, man. Bring us into a sweet Zavril flashback right now.
And then the image of your son disperses into the mist that had appeared with the beast that stands before you.
The king of feathers.
Well, I don't want to attack it now. All right. I am going to utilize my bonus action at the start of my round and cast Hunter's Mark on it.
All right, Hunter's Mark.
And then I will lash at this thing.
Good form, Mr. Dodger.
I'll show you how to take down one of these large beasts.
Giant monsters.
Monsters.
Did you roll with advantage?
That's with advantage.
Okay.
22.
I saw
The
one.
first hit. What?
Was the one the non-advantage?
Right.
Okay.
It was a 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my eyesight, it's going.
So 22 for the first attack, and the second attack will be a 9, which is probably going to miss.
Yep, you missed with the second attack. You
Oh,
strike
wait.
true.
No, the second one wasn't at a
Advantage.
15 for the second one.
That's going to hit.
Advantage.
Damn. Correct. I don't even know why we were worried about this.
All right, so for the first hit, it's going to be a lot of damage. Hold on.
We kick ass.
I know. King of fucking featherweights.
King
More
of
like it.
king of bullshit.
We do have a big party right now.
We do. I was thinking that too.
All right, so it's going to be 4 damage plus 1, so 5, and then another 6. So 11 for the first hit and 13 for the second hit. So for
Total
a
of
total of
24.
24 damage.
All right.
And next round, I actually get to get a third attack with my bonus attack, and we can get some real moves in.
All right, cool. Does that conclude?
I adjusted myself about 5 feet, so it's actually at a different angle to the King of Feathers.
So you stepped closer to him?
Diagonal. I'm still within 10-foot range.
Okay. All right. Brings us to the beast. What does he want to do? All right. It begins to, after that nasty salvo from you guys. I mean, it's been the top dog in this area for a while, and now it's feeling hurt. It begins to thrash about, snapping its maw in quick succession, whipping its tail violently, once again hitting a section of the decrepit wall. It crumbles beneath the weight of the blow.
I'm going to need to find a new place to hide.
Once again, the
Debris.
mist begins to swell up from the ground beneath it.
Everyone, watch out!
And it disappears for a split second, only to reappear.
I thought it was on top of them.
Reappears just inside of that crumbled Colosseum. And now it is... Well, let me see. So it reappeared behind Quincy and Orvex, putting some
Behind
distance. Putting some pretty good distance between the rest of the party. And now it is going to... Let me see. I guess it's going to bite at Orvex and tail Quincy.
Jesus.
That thing's flexible.
All right. Bite attack. Coming in hot at Orvex. That's going to hit. Natty 16. And, oh yeah, this is the 23 damage to Orvex. Orvex takes it hard. Boom, gets locked in. Once again, just like Wesson, gets locked between its teeth. And that tail simultaneously whipping. This thing is just thrashing about. Let's see if it hits the young Quincy with the tail. Natty 18.
Fuck.
That's a hit.
That is a hit with the tail.
You know what I just thought of? Wesson ought to be glad he wasn't still in that thing's mouth when he teleported away.
Would it have dropped him or taken it with him?
I'm assuming it would have taken him.
My Misty Step, I can't take anybody with me.
No?
Nope. But my Thunder Step, I can.
I mean, it's inside of him.
So it did 20 damage to Quincy
Ooh,
with the tail.
I am bloodied.
Okay, cool, yeah. So, okay. I'm starting to get the feel of this. All right. That tail whips you hard, Quincy. Boom, you feel it. Bludgeoning damage right in your ribs.
The gods.
You feel it whips you back, takes you off your feet just a little bit, but you're able to catch yourself. And that was it. That was its.
I imagine you holding on to it for a split second. Like,
Oh, what is this? Okay, that's
Right,
it.
lifts you up. You're
Yeah.
afraid to let go for a minute. You don't know what's going on, so you're clutching at it.
when you gotta let go, let go.
All right, that brings us to Copernicus' heart.
Half the damage was when I let go and fell to the ground.
Copernicus is judging the distance between him and the beast now. He runs up his full 30 feet of movement. What's that put me at? 25 feet away from the beast. And as he does it, he swaps hands with his weapons. So the Shadow Blade goes into his main right hand. And he takes aim and he throws it at the dinosaur. Now, it has 20 feet that I can throw it. I'm 25
Nice.
feet away. So after 20 feet, I get disadvantage. I am still 25 feet away from the beast. I'm going
The fairy
to
fire
use-
should cancel that out.
It should,
Yeah.
but I'm going to use my inspiration that I got from the DM.
Are you throwing your magic blade, or
I'm throwing my Shadow Blade.
would it like go straight to it, or would it?
I picture it as straight,
Yeah. If it's magic,
almost like,
it's on a mission.
yeah, straight shot. So if I use my inspiration, do I still get advantage?
I missed it. So
we've got fairy fire that has advantage. He's too far away, so he's got disadvantage. Those cancel out, so he's using his inspiration to
Get-
keep an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want advantage on this. 'cause it's fucking
Nice
epic.
breakdown.
Yeah, it was a good breakdown. You should do that for a living. Natty 20. Too bad that's just a regular old 20. I assume that's a hit. For 15 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
All
Love those
right.
heroic moves.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good round from Copernicus getting into the fray. He was a good ways away, and he covered some distance, made a bold toss, used his inspiration to make it not so bold.
For the record, without the inspiration, it would have been a 14 to hit.
Are you asking?
Yeah,
would have hit.
would have 14
Yeah.
I'm not
Is he
telling
gonna
you.
tell us?
I think it did.
I think it did too.
I think it did.
It's borderline.
It was it was close.
But
I'll
seeing
give you that.
everyone-
I'll give you that. It's definitely in the ballpark.
Seeing Wesson and especially seeing now Akramos get chewed up by this thing, I wanted to make sure I was going to hit it.
Yeah, no, you definitely hit it. You definitely hit it, and you did some good damage to it. The blade. What happens to the blade now? It sticks into it. I know you could summon it.
I think as a bonus action, I can summon it back. So right
Okay.
now, the way I picture it is it just smashes into its like brain and disappears.
Oh, okay.
It disappears, but it's like in the ether, still around enough that I can summon it back to me if I do it, next round.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Copernicus runs up, tosses the blade. It appears to have stuck right into its head, but then simultaneously disperses into a black puff of smoke. And that smoke begins to coalesce and return towards Copernicus, but it doesn't return to him quite yet. All right. Next up is Irame.
All right. So, Irame, still afar and above, is amazed at how well this is going. She's she feels so proud watching everybody in melee and being so brave with this creature, but she also, while it is going well, she wants to end it because of the amount of damage this thing is doing.
Yeah, this thing is yelping out now as it's fighting for survival angrily.
So she is going to burn her last 3rd level spell to try to get a good hit in here. She's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh.
Oh wait, maybe I'm not. Hold on a minute.
Is it a line of...
Well, the problem is it's a line, and I was thinking no one was in the way, but there are some spots where my line there is on a diagonal. So it might not be a good idea.
Could you
It's
fly
a
around?
Yeah, I could move. Yep. So, Irame is going to... How tall is the problem is the wall. How tall is that wall? Right now I'm in the breakage area, so I can reach through it, but I don't know how tall it is.
Yeah, that's how tall it is on either side. Stands about at its highest point, because it's like partially crumbled. At its highest point, on average, it's about 10 to 15 feet high.
Okay, so with her
And
height...
at the lowest point off to the sides, it's closer to 6 feet.
All right, so with her height in the air, that should be fine. She should be able to move diagonally up left. Maybe, I don't know what that would be because the diagonal thing confuses me. 5, 10, 15, or maybe or 5.
We just do straight diagonal.
Okay, we do.
That's
I thought so.
20 right there.
One more.
That
So
puts you
Irame is
50
just
feet.
flying around the battlefield.
Actually, not even in
Getting
the
a line of
On
battlefield.
sight.
the outskirts.
Yeah, out in the outskirts of the battlefield. She's not even really in the mix.
You're gonna drop some thunder.
Yeah,
I would
or
say
some lightning. I already dropped the thunder now. Now for the
Thunderbolt and
lightning.
lightning.
Very, very frightening. And dex save first.
Didn't
Gotta-
know if we were all going to commit to the Galileo.
As
I was
soon as
ready
one
for it.
person, yeah.
all it would have taken is one person.
I didn't want to be the only one.
I kicked it off with. I kept it going. I'm not responsible for that loss. Dex.
Dex save coming in.
We almost have to do it.
We'll have to put it in the outtakes.
Passes on the dex
Oh,
save.
fuck off, you stupid big fucking feathery shit.
Aw, you failed my deck save. So he's gonna take half this?
Yeah, and I didn't get very high numbers either. I got very low fucking numbers. I'm actually. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna.
I'm
use
actually just gonna re-roll this one.
Well, I actually do have the ability.
I'm not casting this spell.
I can re-roll. I can re-roll some of them if I so choose, but
Alright.
if it's already gonna do half damage, then I'm not gonna waste my meta magic on it. So 4, 10, 20, 25.
That's 25 total.
Yep.
Hey,
How-
not bad.
So
Still
that's
pretty
13.
good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Ah.
Yeah.
For a
That
third
was-
level spell.
Yeah.
No, man, there's so many 2s and 3s in there.
Okay. Boom. Lightning streaks across the morning sky.
Maybe there'll be some wild mage effects that'll.
Yeah.
Says it
boost
lights
the
up anything
damage.
that's flammable in its path.
Irame, being the obnoxious perfectionist type, is frustrated with the power that left her fingers.
Yeah, there's some like creeper vines along the side of the wall that just kind of burn away as the lightning bolt streaks by them. Let me see.
Can we know its movement speed? Would you tell us that? Wondering if it'll try to run.
So far, it hasn't needed to.
No. Well, I mean, it can Misty Step.
Yeah, how many times can a Misty step?
How far
though?
can you Misty Step?
30 feet.
It might be able to move its like movement speed though.
It already went farther
So,
than 30 feet.
Yeah.
so while this is happening, as this battle is ensuing, and this thing is beginning to show signs of defeat from that dark burrow that I had mentioned a couple episodes ago, comes these little velociprey.
Oh.
Looks to be about 6 of them,
It has fucking minions.
and they're just kind of like barking on the outskirts.
Oh, little
Oh,
shitbirds.
maybe they're going in for the kill.
Little shitbirds.
Maybe they're sensing its weakness. It's wounded.
That's my prey.
Where
get-
we start fighting them so we can kill it.
Can we get a ping on the map where these guys are coming out?
I'm gonna place them.
Oh.
That is my prey.
Oh man, this thing's so cool as far as stuff for Cappy. You can make a fucking headdress out of this thing. Like a big fucking feathery.
Anybody can.
Yeah.
Screw that. Me and Cappy have a bet going on.
Oh yeah, what's the bet?
I was not aware.
200 gold pieces for whoever finished it off, remember?
Were you
You're
that
the one that
drunk?
brought it up.
Yeah. Was
I don't
this,
remember any
was
of that.
it after the bottle of champagne or before?
Oh, don't back out now.
How do I always get myself in some bullshit bets?
Speaking of, Quincy, make room. I'm coming in.
Is there 2? What are we looking at?
I guess
There's
there's
5 of them.
I guess there's only 5. Hold on. Did I miss one? thought there was 6. I guess there's only 5. Only 5 come out. Yeah, 5 of these little Velociprey looking like things. Actually, let me get a picture. Let me get a picture of them. I can do that. No, I can't.
Fucking.
For every creature, there's been an image attached to it, except for these. So these are the first ones. Yeah, they're just a little like Velociprey looking like things. The little bird dinosaurs.
Velociraptors. What's the difference between a Velociprey and a Velociraptor?
Oh no, we'll tell you next week.
Yeah, these things spill out one by one out of that dark cave, and they're just kind of yelping and barking, getting themselves worked up into a frenzy at the sight of this thing going down. Let me see, Riga. I guess that puts us at Riga, top of round 3. Riga is 25 feet away. He's got a couple teammates there. I don't think he can make it. Moving through teammates is half.
So it'd be a 10-foot
Yep.
square.
Yeah.
So it'd be 5, 10, 20, 25.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
He's got it.
At 25 feet away, he could get up there.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Why not?
because it's 10 to go through yours.
Right, but
Right.
that was calculated as 5 before, so you're only adding 5, so it's still 30.
That's 25. You still have 5 more feet of movement.
Yeah.
What?
So if you count the squares
Oh, it's
10
already
instead
calculated.
of 5, then it's only
Exactly.
another 5 feet. So if it was 25 feet before, it's only 30 feet now.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say this is also difficult terrain that I. Fuck.
Ah, well, that
Oh,
changes
then-
everything.
Oh yeah,
I keep forgetting about the difficult terrain.
Wait, who's in the difficult terrain?
Quincy and Orvex.
Did you know
Oh,
by
they
the
haven't moved anyway.
Did you know by the rules, like 90% of combats are on difficult terrain? Like the only things that aren't difficult terrain is like roads and like towns and shit. You know what I mean? Like paths, smooth forest floors, but everything else is difficult terrain.
It's interesting because we always play with difficult terrain as like a special thing. Like, guys, this is going to be in difficult terrain.
Right?
I mean, I feel like it should be pointed out. Like, it shouldn't be. We've never played that way, anyways.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be assumed.
Yeah.
Like,
What the rules?
No, just the way we've always played. So
Right, but we should
if
learn
we
the
want
rules
to-
and play by them.
that's fine. Let's talk
maybe-
about
maybe
it
That's
and
what
say,
he's saying.
let's
That's what
assume
he's saying.
now-
He's saying, yeah.
Well,
we
maybe
can
they
make an
should-
assumption that everything is difficult terrain now. We can factor that into our. how
Maybe
we
they
play.
should just have our movement speed and just say easy terrain is double.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Why isn't it just when you're in easy terrain?
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Well, that
Yeah,
actually
this sounds like bullshit. 90% of fucking everything.
yeah.
This
Sounds like 9% of everything.
this is
bullshit.
Dungeon Master bullshit.
it's actually funny because when I first
Rules.
read it, I was like, this actually makes sense because it actually
I don't
tightens
know,
combats
grass
up
and
more.
stuff. Wouldn't
Rocks.
be that difficult. but-
Yeah, but it does make sense that we're in the jungle. Most shit would be difficult
A
terrain.
lot of jungle.
Yeah,
granted.
Dude,
absolutely.
even if you were in
Vines,
even if you were in a
roots.
field, there's those lumpy fucking
Yeah,
grass
not,
things.
It's
and
not
shit.
every step though. You know.
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
fine.
I don't have
Come-
an issue with the jungle, guys.
Yeah.
I have no
Anybody
problem with
who's-
it. Just pull up the map and tell me then everything's going to be 10 feet of movement. So I fucking know before we.
Oh, quit your
start playing.
crying.
No one's crying. It's just that's
It's
a
just a
weird
matter
thing to
of-
figure out that 90% of shit happens to be.
I've so far this combat, I have mentioned it already when you were in difficult terrain. So
Not your particular situation with difficult terrain. We're talking about in general the fact that most of it happens to be difficult terrain. Yeah,
To make an assumption that
it's okay. Look, okay, yeah. So going forward, this is how it's going to be. If you're not on fucking smooth ground, it's difficult terrain.
we're not upset with you.
guys don't
Yeah,
make the
we're
GM
Jesus
mad.
Christ.
I know. Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
bad.
this thing just got 57 more hit
Like, we're-
points.
We're picking on the
keep going.
we're picking on the rules, not the scenario.
The rules actually, to me, when I read it, I was like, that actually makes perfect sense.
I agree.
You guys are just crying. All right, next up.
no one's crying. Nobody's not even that upset.
You really are.
We're all laughing, having a good time.
Yeah, a second ago you're like, oh, maybe if you fucking tell me I'm on difficult terrain, I'm a fucking warrior. Grass isn't gonna fucking get in my way.
Copernicus rolls his ankle in a fucking field divot.
Copernicus is now in difficult terrain for the remainder of this session. And your fairy fire's gone.
The
Can't do that. Man.
Yeah, I can.
We've only got like 5 more minutes in this session.
Yeah. No, session's
eye on it.
over. We'll see you next week.
Navigate
Pissed me
that
off. You're
motherfucker.
done.
Just start banging stuff to end the episode, everybody.
Yeah.
Slam the computer shut.
Yeah, so Rig is not getting through.
Don't stop there.
And
I'm getting
that
through.
is final. Next up is...
Damn it.
Well, actually, what? You know what? Yeah, that's all I could do. All right.
Move him over to the right one spot.
No, he's getting through next round.
Oh, no, I asked Quincy to make room for me, though. And then he just kind of, like, blocked the path.
You can still move. You can
I
move.
did?
You can move
No,
that.
Rigga.
You can move, but it's triple difficult terrain.
No, you can move through. You can move
Hey.
through Quincy still diagonally, right?
I'm a ranger, so screw your difficult terrain.
Yeah. See,
There you
it
go.
actually makes fucking
I know,
rangers
Irma's
worthwhile all of a
flying.
sudden. Wow, look at that! Playing by the rules actually makes classes better. Wow. All right, next up, Wesson. What do you got?
All right, so I'm gonna go up to the bottleneck and launch an arrow.
All right, Wesson moves.
It seems like a really bad idea to be in a line like that.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, are you gonna leave that gap open for someone else to get through in case they wanted to, or?
I'll actually take what's the range? Yeah.
I don't think there's any penalties to shooting through teammates.
So
No.
I'll actually take one step back. I'll go back there. if I can.
Does the arrow move through difficult terrain?
Don't start.
Stop it.
And then I'll
What's my crossbow's range?
Actually, that's a good point. Your crossbow range is only what, 35 feet?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At the
you
beginning
should
of the
have
fight,
actually
There
got.
should have been disadvantage.
Right.
No,
But I wasn't gonna point
I
it
was
out.
looking. No, I was looking. Where was I less than 30 feet away?
Orvex was in the beginning. He got 2 shots off. Should have been at a
That was Orvex, not Quincy.
Quincy, you were behind Orvex, so you were.
No, but he teleported before Quincy ever fired.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
yeah, yeah.
only Orvex got it off.
Yeah. So Orvex, yeah.
All right, Wesson shooting a crossbow.
No, he's shooting a longbow,
Oh, longbow.
longbow.
Nice.
which is like 200, 125 feet range or something like that. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know why
It
we're
used to be
talking about this.
huge and-
Like 150 to 600 or something.
Yeah, it's like 600 feet.
So I got the 18.
That's a hit.
Pow.
Let's see some damage. 1d8 plus dex bonus.
Ooh, this is gonna be. Let's see.
Max.
Damn. All right.
excellent marksmanship.
Woof, you guys see an arrow whiz by you, striking true. Again, this thing is feeling it hard. You see blood beginning to ooze out of where those bolts and arrows are sticking out of it from the beginning. The blood has reached the surface of its flesh, and it is pouring on to the difficult terrain beneath its feet, making it even more fucking difficult.
Slippery ass rocks and shit.
Making it extremely difficult terrain for the remainder of the campaign.
That one spot on the map. We'll have to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel good with that.
Okay. Brings us to Orvex. He's going to have to escape. Orvex remains in the jaws of the beast. Next up is going to be Quincy.
Oh shit! Can Quincy reach up far enough to touch Orvex, or is he too high in the air?
Whoa.
No, I mean, no, you can, well, shit. Yeah, no, he's flailing around. You might be able to reach up. Yeah, I'll tell you what, why don't we do a,
Climb a little, and
I was thinking maybe a, some sort of acrobatics or something, just to kind of, because of all the thrashing, you could probably get a instant effect off. Touch him quickly.
All right, Quincy's gonna shout, "Hold tight, Master Akramos," and he's gonna leap up to try to pull off a cure wounds,
All right.
and that's a 13 on the acrobatics.
Irme's gonna send a bit of luck
Oh.
to Quincy for a D4.
To add a D4 to that?
Yeah. A bend luck. Can do it for another player.
It's 14.
All right. Well, you leap up. You take your time. You're waiting for the right moment. You leap up as you're saying that, and you feel the blessing of Irame. She bends the weave around you, and before your eyes, you're able to grab a hold of his flailing hand.
All right. And I'm going to let loose a cure. This is at level 3. 10, 15 plus my wisdom is... Oh, it's plus charisma. Sorry, 18.
All right. That was a good heal. Brings him down to 5 wounds.
I pictured that like an imaginary step.
Yeah, and I guess when I drop down and just take note of, where I land, where I am on the battlefield. I'm sure it's in the same square, but, I just need to keep my bearings.
Yep, you collect Quincy, you collect yourself after that feat. Brings us to Zavril.
All right. So I finally have all of my abilities stacked onto this thing. So it's time for me to show who the real king of the jungle is. Now, I need to make my way up there, though.
His Majesty, Mr. Don Chaka.
That is correct.
Now, Zavril, you are very familiar with this terrain. You feel you can navigate it as if it were normal.
Question comes into play. The spot to the west of Quincy, is that the wall or no?
It does look like that's mossy rock.
Yeah, it's like half and half or something.
Yeah, you could do it. You could do a half and half.
Parkour.
You could do a cling.
All right, I will move within 10 feet of the King of Feathers. And I have a new adjective to use for my whips today.
Nice.
I am going to flagellate this thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right out in public, huh?
Orvex turns his head.
He's still inside.
I know.
The King of Feathers must repent.
Copernicus blushes.
All right.
Wow, you made
so
a
the
drow
fairy
blush.
fire's still on, correct?
What do you got?
Fairy fire still on, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like 10 minutes.
Copernicus drops it, so Zavril can't get the kill.
All right.
Yeah, you
So
got it.
I'm gonna do 2 attacks and use my bonus attack on this thing.
Okay.
Natty.
First one is a natty 19.
Oh,
Hold on.
shit.
Second attack. Oh wait, that wasn't at a advantage.
Weison's like, why the fuck do
All
I
right,
come
second attack will be armor class 14.
All right.
Third attack will be armor class 14 as well.
So that's hit, and a hit.
Nice.
Give us a roll on that natty 19.
All right. Does the natty 19 include the bonuses from the pluses, from my abilities as far as like double damage and stuff?
Well, I think
like
you gotta
that?
roll and see what it does first, right?
Right.
All right, so 14.
14. Inspiring blow. Double damage. All allies within 30 feet get +1 to attack
Righteous.
for the next round.
Oh, you guys won't need it.
Watch him whip. Watch him slay, slay.
So for the first attack,
Oh. God damn.
More ones.
He's rolling a 1d1.
One-sided die. Can only do it on digital.
ouch.
2D die.
So 6 damage and then double 12.
You only double the die, not the modifier. So you double the die and then you add your modifier after.
The great hunter.
To be fair, he's got to learn it on how to fucking do it in the system.
Right,
Which
right,
sucks.
right.
Yeah, I have no clue how to do it.
No, we're
inside
still
of
laughing at the ones. Sucks.
All right. Yeah.
So is that 9 points of damage?
4 plus the 3 and then plus the 1.
8.
So yeah, 8.
Is that your final answer?
3, 4,
You want to call in a lifeline?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 damage.
Yes,
enough.
I agree.
Is that 9 damage on the first attack or just that one attack?
That's 9 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
9 damage. Friends with the vulture or
Now you have 2 more attacks, right?
Yes, these are easier after
Going
that.
in overtime tonight, guys.
All right.
Yeah, we are pushing it.
Second attack will be 6 damage. And what is with these low rolls?
I know, that's what happened to me.
I think it's the flagellation.
I feel your pain.
You
Right?
talk too much shit.
Did
Third
you
attack.
Came out with the kick of the jugular block.
Did you flatulate
He did
instead?
come out strong.
between the flagellation and the difficult terrain, it's hard to get your footing.
Third attack will be
to
11
fair, he
damage.
is on the
Nice.
mountainside.
There you go. You got it on that third one.
So for a total of 28 damage.
Inspiring show, Mr. Don Tracker.
All right, Zavro runs up, lets out a flurry of lashes. What did he call them?
Flagellants.
Flagellations.
Flagellations.
I was picturing eyelashes so I could flurry.
Zavro's flirting with the beast.
That's right.
And we'll see you next time.
You got to relieve some tension in this room.
All right, well, seeing how with this difficult terrain bullshit, Wesson has got no chance of getting all the way up to that monster.
Actually, Wesson, you aren't on difficult terrain. If you look, you're on the road.
You're on the path.
right?
I didn't even know that was a real road.
But once I get
Thought
up
it
to
was all
that,
busted up.
It wasn't it's
it
not-
has some grass on it.
It's not a railroad. It's a fucking road.
Don't trip over that blade of grass.
I'm sure there are pebbles and whatnot.
Watch that loose cobblestone.
Two steps forward and one step back.
One piece of rope in a video game stops the horse, the whole fucking crate, and everything.
I mean, the T-Rex
Man.
has got the disadvantage too, right? I mean, the T-Rex can't just fucking. Oh, I guess.
He could teleport.
Teleport,
So continue.
yeah.
What are you going to do? You got 2 minutes before the episode ends.
Do we got to do some Galileos for the outtake?
Galileo.
Galileo.
Magnifico.
I don't have a intro written up.
Wesson, you gonna bring us in this time?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, he'd love to.
What am I doing?
Just,
Is it just the shout out to Kristen, Patreon supporter?
Kristen Rhodes.
Kristen Rhodes,
and do the
Patreon
whole-
supporter.
Yeah, and do the whole welcome to Natty 19 or whatever.
Yeah, however you want to do it.
However you want to do it.
Yeah.
But
Well, however
you
you
should
do it.
say Natty 19 though. Somewhere.
It's gonna be
Sure.
canon.
Yeah. What, you got to let people
Yeah.
know that they're listening to Natty 19.
Ul-
Otherwise, they
ultimate-
won't know. They won't even know who
ultimately
they're
greet
listening.
the audience.
You got to keep putting it in their heads.
Yeah.
Do it seductively.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
This is another episode of Natty 19.
and this is episode. What number is this?
54. 54. Testing.
Am I introducing, like, going around too? No.
No,
You don't do
no.
that. Okay.
Just like mine is welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Natty 19 podcast. I'm Jonathan Marshall, and we are back once again. That's how I do it.
Sure. All right.
I don't like the once agains.
Yeah, I
Not
go,
about
"Oh,
what you
yeah."
like.
I hate the word once because I'm like, they're subliminally only going to listen once.
All right, here we go.
What do we have going on here?
Previously on Lost. Sawyer! Give us the medicine!
Torturing him is the answer? Shut up, Kate. You gotta go back.
You're gonna die, Charlie.
You're gonna die, Charlie.
I want my son back.
Walt! Dad! Oh, shit, son. Okay.
Can't go off the rails. We're never on them.
Okay. Oh,
That's going to be our other podcast.
Lost 2.
lost
lost.
again.
Fan fiction podcast.
Natty 19's iteration.